Snapfire will be heading on up there.
Yeah, it looks like YapzOr is gearing up to double fissure block, which is why they pick it first round. When you pick Timber on your team, your goal is to just make him as much high pressure in the mid lane or in the mid game as possible. And the only thing that stops him is prior to level 3, it's off to a really rough start. And that's why the Shaker plus Timber opening is just so potent. We're going to see him walk the lane into his tower and then drag the next creep wave, most certainly. Or just block the small camp, but I think the drag makes a lot of sense here. It's from YapzOr, and he's going to. Yeah, this just makes so much sense because once Timbersaw gets level 3, you can do whatever the hell you want as Earthshaker. He's even going to stick around and block the small camp with the rain creep. Oh, he messes up actually.
Oh, and it will spawn, but
okay.
Zai moves there. Yeah, I was wondering, I was like, you want the creeps under your tower, but it makes sense with the pulling, obviously, and you know, makes it pretty tough for Crystallize to try to just last hit Zai. He will get Spirit Siphon. Oh, it's just gonna go down. No. Oh, it stopped.
It gave up on life. It said, really I'm done. I met my demise.
The clarity and the healing salve already killed from Zai.
YapzOr actually did an entire wave. This is such a great way to play a lane with a core that doesn't want to contest for the first few levels. You not only are taking XP from the Timber, right? But you are actually denying the entire wave to the opponent while you are getting your free level 2 on the Earthshaker. So everybody in the offlane getting a little bit of their own. Since you gave Timbersaw by himself, you're perfectly fine to do what he did on YapzOr. So this is showing why they open with heroes like this. And in the earlier series where they picked that Earth Spear Pangolier first round and see it get absolutely abused, this is why you pick combinations like this that just can't be. Like, what are you supposed to do against that with any hero in the game? Yeah, maybe it's like not gonna have a free farm lane, but you're never shutting down this Timber, and he's gonna get what he needs out of the lane. A hero we've been seeing first round banned almost every single game this whole league.
Yeah, and middle lane, it is Nature's Proud had a pretty good time. 11 with the denies. I believe 2 or 3 of them are his own trans though, but the inside only 7-0. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it. Like, I'll take it. When do you stop denying BSJ in lane? Do you ever stop, or like 20 minutes in, if you're just farming, do you still deny?
Well, usually the whole game is about like a tug of war of who can push the lanes faster than the other team. So the whole idea of denying, it's no longer about, or like farming lanes in general is no longer about getting golden XP from it. It's more so about keeping the lanes pressured and setting up for good rotations and stuff. So as the mid lane, we see a block of the treants from Magical actually out playing with Tumbleman pretty hard here. He might just go down.
The miss appeal. Juke. Timber doesn't want to give it away. 2 more attacks or just 1? He has the Fairy Fire. And he'll pop it and has the healing salve. And now you got to be careful of your Magical because I thought Earthshaker was roaming in, but he's heading back up top, maybe looking for the couriers he saw.
Yeah, there's just like this critical threshold in every game. There's a bit of a different timing where
Snowy
shoving the lanes becomes more important than the actual farm itself. So whenever that is, you stopped it. Bites the dust. Matama Man, he's not meant to really win this lane. Medusa's meant to scale really well this game and just kind of defend the towers early, I think is what Medusa's supposed to do. We talked about with heroes like Bristleback, kind of just serving as a barrier in towers, and that Medusa does well also. And
double
Magical,
he might just go down.
Wow.
Look who comes in, as you said, YapzOr. He just stuns, gets the kill. All of a sudden you're like, uh-oh. Medusa gets that, should be able to farm up a little.
Oh, God.
No, I was going to say, bottom lane, we haven't really talked too much about it. Who should be winning this one? Grimstroke, Monkey. So it is melee plus Inkswell, but maybe not the best early lane phase melee hero.
Yeah, because you have the Fade Bolt from Rubik, which minimizes Nisha's damage, and then also, since Mars does have the 250 attack range of his own, he's like a pseudo-ranged melee hero, just like the Monkey King, so it's not as abusable as most other melee offlaners are.
Yeah, he killed another chicken up top, by the way. YapzOr 3 now. Well, I guess Timber got the first one, so 3 chickens killed in the top lane. And YapzOr thinking about blocking in Magical, but Magical's like, all right, I'm going over to this little jungle.
They're trying to harass Zai here, but he's got 10 stick charges and level 2 reactive armor, level 3 reactive armor now. Earthshaker's just so good with these independent offliners where you give them that decent start, and it just enables the Earthshaker to do whatever he wants, like getting that kill in the mid lane with the fissure block, roaming for the bounce, and naturally you're over this lane once the Timbersaw does everything he wants. Taking that tower is what Zai is most likely going to try to do. And they have a lot of barrier-type heroes on the side of Secret. They see this timing-based push, and this Medusa just makes so much sense because by that time, you know that Prophet is a core. So now they've got the Prophet duo cores, which is just all about that early to mid-game push. And now you have Timbersaw plus Medusa for the tower defense, as well as overwhelming counter-initiation team fight from the Monkey King and the Earthshaker. So I'm just kind of spilling out the plan that Secret seems to be formulating, and so far whatever their plan is seems to come to fruition every single game.
Yeah, top lane, get ready. Level 6 is going to be happening on Timbersaw very soon. He just gets it. Oh, he does it from which might have been a guaranteed kill. Now he's going to have to back up a little, but Crystallize knows now. He's like, uh-oh, I am not safe up here anymore.
In the current meta, I just don't know how you punish Timbersaw plus Earthshaker, as we see Earthshaker roaming again to the mid lane. He's blocking up Matama Man with the trees. This is so annoying. You need to buy some phase boots, Matama Man.
I might die as well to the Nature's Prophet. If it hits him, they're just going to take him down, possibly even without that. He's shock ramming. He has so much armor, 18 stacks, but they bring him down. They needed that one. In middle, Yapsor gets brought down, just run down by the Magical. And this boy's micro with those treants has been pretty damn good so far.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive to watch these summon players where they just make every little bit of use out of those treants, or like the Beastmaster boars and stuff like that. Slayer looking to rotate on the mid lane. They want to pressure. They know they can't just kill this tower with Medusa in front of it. They need to kill the Medusa first, as Snapfire is also here. Both supports level 3 for Na'Vi, but I think that's enough if they manage to catch Matama Man. But he's playing pretty passive. Notice how he's playing as far back as he possibly can.
Yeah, Na'Vi, they just back out. One goes to top, one goes to bottom. And that does mean it has been the Monkey King farming okay bottom. It's actually very even. They're pretty much exactly the same gold. But Nisha's Courier will go down. There's going to be an Inkswell. Will they building a flip? Throwback. Nice play there by the roof. But as you said, misses the spear. Magical TP's in, having that global presence. This should be a kill on Nisha unless he has some sort of crazy heal dodge. Maybe not. He's just running.
Stun works too.
That indeed does. Plus all the summons there. So what looked like an easy kill for one side. I thought they were just going to get the Rubik, but a nice play by him, and then a missed spear, and then Nature's Prophet, he will just have to run back. And all of a sudden, it's 50% life. Holy smokes.
Top tower also, we're seeing the Earthshaker Fissure block off Crystallize. Does miss the chain, but
level 1 chain is it's pretty underwhelming. Feels bad, yeah.
Yeah, the speed is the most notable thing. It's really hard to hit anybody that's moving with it. As Zai looking to dive aggressively again, pump faking the chakram and actually Crystallize back into it, but who's killing who?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
well, it's Ilias. Nature's Prophet. Yeah, now Yapsor. He's getting control. Another nice 3-man stun. Is that stun enough to get him out of there? No. Big kill there.
But there was a Courier death and a Mars death.
There was
in the bottom lane.
But it is the gold lead. Oh, it was in Navi's favor, but just switches over. So it looks like it's pretty much dead even right now. Nature's Prophet and Medusa, though, even farming. And the Medusa's just, that's the problem. When Nature's Prophet leads, you can either farm the jungle, you can push the tower. What do you do against this Medusa? Because the Nature's Prophet does need to do what he's doing, right? By roaming
I think
around.
It's about pressuring the other lanes, and then eventually having that pressure be overwhelming to the point where you take the bottom tier 1, then you rotate to the mid tier 1, then you shut off Medusa's. That's kind of the path to get it done. It's a step-by-step process that they're trying to get done. They're making a lot of moves on Na'Vi, but most certainly be looking out for utilizing this Mars ulti in the bottom lane, as you can already tell Nisha's aware of this. He has left the bottom lane, at least for now. He is in Courier form.
He's coming back. Let's see if he smacks him like he knows he's a Courier. Gotcha.
I wonder if he a Courier. Because it still hits. It hits Courier. So
true, but where would that Courier be going to?
Macro.
Hey, we've seen it a lot. Yeah,
the mid lane, we see the tower. Matama Man is out leveling Magical, despite the fact that the mid lane was in favor of him originally.
This tower's just dead.
Yeah,
we'll see if Magical can deny. That is the question. Denying that gold would be nice. He's trying.
I think that was supposed to fog the tower. I think that was what he was going for.
Same, but the Matama Man will pick it up. So Team Gold. Yeah, Pasha, Ilias, and Slayer down here. Puppy is level 6, but he didn't go for his ulti, by the way.
Too many heroes to address as Nisha narrowly escapes from what is the arena. He could have tried to predict that. The arena does destroy trees now, so we may see that come into play at some point when it comes to catching the Monkey King. But they walk his outpost back.
The cookie stuff. He just saws them up. If they both take it, they'll still get it. No, they just want to go for the kill. The outpost will be lost, but you get the kill, and no, it's both owned by Dyer. Yeah,
and
for
4
sure.
bounty runes.
Wow.
Crystallized picking up both of the top ones.
Only problem is top tower as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of gold. Like, everyone's getting a ton of stuff. They're just getting it from different places.
There's just too many heroes to address on the side of Secret. Like, you can't kill, like, Blitz was talking about the damage issues. You can't kill this Timber unless you bring 3 or 4 heroes. You can't deal with the Medusa unless you bring 3 or 4 heroes. You can't gank the Monkey King unless you have 3 or 4 heroes. Grant, that adds up to like 9 to 12 heroes. You only have 5.
I don't know what to do that,
Okay.
BSJ. Damn, bottom lane.
They are going to rotate, take the bottom tower. This is step 1, as we talked about. They have the Perfect ultimate that they are going to hold on to. So they may be able to this tier 2, yeah.
Okay.
I think you can force them to come back, and if they rotate 1 or 2 heroes on the side of Secret, then you consider the tier 1 mid. Nature's Prophet, first item, Blade Mill.
We've seen
such a value item on any int right clicker. 38 damage for 2,000 gold, not including the 6 armor, the 10 intelligence for mana, as well as the active. Pretty value there.
Damn good. Is there anyone else who we've seen even go it, or is it mostly just these Nature's Prophets? Of the
Queen
heroes?
of Pains, we've seen a few.
We have before. That was
and then
OG build too.
Yeah, and then
not many, right? Nature's Prophet, that's why.
it's a weird item build. We've even seen it on like Ember Spirit type heroes as well.
Right, we have, and on Void Spear. Void Spear was another one.
Void Spirit's a good one. Yeah, that is the number 1 actually.
All right, Magical, he's going for the chicken snipe. He does. I've been watching him where he's going now. That's the problem. When Nature's Prophet snipes your Curry, you're like, well, where's the ward at? Was it when it was flying early? Was it when it was flying late? Kind of hard to know, but they will go in the middle, and they pop the treants as well as the ghosts.
Very natural progression of events for Na'Vi.
They want to defend this, though. Yeah, so TP's in, but Man level 11, he hit the farm.
5 Shaker, though.
Yeah, no ulti quiet. There's going to be the mark. The spear is going to miss, though. Pasha, I think they might just need back up. Maybe not, but Tubman's actually doing so much damage just from aliens. In comes Zai, though. He's running him down. Will that be a solo kill on Snapbar? No, gets the stun, and now it is Zai versus the world, but it seems like Zai beating the world. Is he Atlas himself? The 3-man stun coming out from Yapsor. They get the kill. Now Crystallizes in trouble. He's just getting right-click down, and Zai, don't do it to him. Is he even going to die? No. Oh my, oh no. And then he just falls off of a Magical. He's getting over the TV. There's no way. Right? Is there a way? There is. He makes it. Whew. But still a 2-for-0 trade. Zai actually just 1v40 sat there, and they couldn't bring him down. And as you said, damage issues are going to be a problem.
This is a first round at Timbersaw, and we've seen teams elect to go heroes like OD with Nigma yesterday that are meant to kill this Timber, but then you have problems with all the other heroes, so it's like, pick your poison. Are you going to lose to the Timbersaw or all the other heroes that you don't have countered? And that seems to be the power of this Timbersaw, and he's just going to keep walking at buildings. See how he was just a barrier for Team Secret. As Nisha utilizes that ultimate, Blade Mill doesn't affect his summons.
It doesn't, but now Nisha is in a little bit of trouble. Nice spear, lift plus spear. You're hitting that one. So 1-for-1 trade.
But look at the map, right? You have Medusa farming Ancients, and you have a Grimstroke farming top. Level 8 on Puppy. He is pretty damn rich for support. About to over, yes, he just eclipsed the offlaner for Na'Vi.
Jesus. And Puppy, I mean, he had, bottom. I'm just watching Zai. He's tanking this tower and the creeps. They just don't do anything unless they bring 4 to 5
How do you get to this Medusa? How do you get there? Like, this Timbersaw, effectively a mobile wall, as the Earthshaker is enabling him so well, but this may be enough. I'm doubtful. They have Sapphire ult, though.
21 charges Zai. Does he get a pop? He pops the hood. Not the 21 charges. There they are. He is still alive. Nice
one-time lift. Slayer. That's exactly what they have to do. But meanwhile, Tom, is this going to be a kill onto Crystallize? This is the price you pay.
They're TPing
for spending so many heroes bottom. He has a Blade Mill of his own, and this may actually be a good turn by Na'Vi.
Nisha, Puppy, will they go down? There's one right click onto him. Nisha, is he going to go down? He can jump to the trees as of now, but he's still just running in there. He will jump away, but still, save his teammate. Wait, Magical, he sees him. They're still just jumping. Do we have anything? Slayer gets pinged out, but
he can stun for help.
Quick. And there it is. Oh my goodness.
What if he just killed himself on that?
I mean, if he didn't have Jingu, he would have.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yeah. That's the only reason he stunned in the first place. Was he was trying to heal up, but that would have been really funny. That would have been a nice little clip there. But Posh is working on the Blink Dagger bottom. That is very important for them to backline ports, because the Earthshaker Grim are going to be an issue. The Absol not anywhere close to that Blink Dagger, as he is turned into a 5-position Earthshaker, and with Medusa Timber cores, I don't really know where he's going to find the farm, to be honest with you. Maybe they'll be lucky and find a Philosopher's Stone at the 15-minute mark, as the bounty runes as well as the new set of neutral items will be coming out. Miss every chain you don't throw, Zai. Nobody saw it. Don't worry about it. Tamaman is farming the jungle. Picks up that Ring of Aquila immediately. Very good for him.
As well for Crystallize. Now they're thinking about bringing doing the cookie and will.
No reactive for now.
They're gonna try to with no reactive and a ton of magic hits. That will be enough. Well played. We've seen that Mars Snapfire combo before, and it is pretty potent. This should as well be a middle tower. So nice kill there, Navi. They take the gold lead back. I know that Medusa's farming, but they're doing what they need, and they look for more here.
Get him
up.
Silence.
The fine puppy is just gone. Oh, he's not. He kills off the Wraith, and instead the throwback there. Puppy's gonna go down, and this is a level 9 hero. Maybe he gets the mech out rich. Nah, he's just gonna strut away with the paintbrush. Magical taking a ton of damage. There's the ulti pop by Matama. They just want to chase down. It's Pasha though, backing him up, and all right, Navi, they get a lot of ultis, and they get that tier 1 tower den, and Zai killed. It's looking up for them.
It just seems like, okay, so they get the 1 kill in the tower, great. Then everything afterwards, nothing's going on, and somebody from Secret is farming while nobody on Navi was. That's what it seems like whenever I watch these games, is these little like random skirmishes that Secret forces you to take, that they're farming while you're not. And it just seems like Navi has to win 3 or 4 fights in a row in order to pull ahead, and that's what I'm looking out for. If they can manage to kill Zai a couple more times, he is 1-4-1, but this Timbersaw has effectively done his job in terms of enabling his team to get farm on the map. Monkey King has made a solid recovery with that X-Saber Desolator. I like this. Pretty low armor heroes on Navi. Effectively negates the bonus armor from the Blade Mills. And Puppy has a mech and mana boots going maybe for the Greaves. We'll have to see. They're pretty farmed across the board, but still a slightly for Navi. But you have a core Nature's Prophet and a carry Death Prophet. I don't know if this is going to scale in the late game as well as they want to.
We'll see. Almost a full Aether Lens on that Rubik as well, and they're trying to connect to him.
Blink on the Mars.
Looking around, Radiant will scan the Roche pit. Won't get a hit yet. Looks like Navi won't be even going that way. And they see the imaginations are there, so they're like, he's somewhere around here, but he's already back. Going down to his jungle, where the rest of his team is.
I really like that scan. So they know that Navi's missing. They know they're doing something. So the 2 options is Navi is ganking or they're roshing. So by scanning the Roche pit, because that's the only objective on the entire map that's worth taking for them at this current moment, Secret has eliminated any possibility of having to fight Navi. So that's a really cool scan. I like the use of that a lot. And just gives them so much information, just saying, hey, we can sit underneath our towers, we can hide in the tree's top. And then once Navi shows, which they have shown mid lane on Crystallize, that gives them all the information they need to continue pushing bottom on Zai.
Ulti, they're getting the spear into it. Medusa is going to take a ton of damage. That fire combo again. But on the backside, it will be Zai trying to come down to Fisher to block him out. He might have actually blocked Tubman out. The Ghosts are on top of him, doing so much damage, man. Now Slayer goes down there. They're committing so much to him. Medusa, he does finally go down. It's a 2 for 2. Zai misses another Timber. He is out that Spirit Siphon. Zai wands up Blade Mail of his own as well. There's the nice spear back into the tree. This should be a kill on him. Well played by Navi. 3 for 2 team fight there.
And they're still losing.
They are.
Terms of nowhere. What the hell?
Oh, he tries to break down the trees. Nice try, Alias, but 1 or 2 trees off from finding Nisha there.
Looks like they're playing so well on Navi.
They do have the gold speed now.
It's almost tilting to watch, though. Weren't they up by... They're losing. Exactly what the network looked like.
Okay. And they're winning on the pause. Okay. So now BSJ, they are winning.
They're winning. Whew. Okay. And ease my concerns just a bit.
So what's going on? Why is so many people building Blade Mail in this game?
Just end heroes with no armor against Monkey King Medusa.
Well, even on the other side, though, you have Timbersaw built one.
He's a strength hero again. I guess there's just a lot of magical burst. And he can't go like Yules or anything because he's going to get speared anyway. So I think he's recognized that there's actually nothing he can do about getting Mars Arena speared and all the Snapfire stuff thrown onto him. And none of these heroes are going to buy BKB, at least for a while. A lot of the damage is coming out from supports. And So if he's going to take all of that damage, he might as well take as many heroes down with him as he can. A weird example of Blade Mail being good because the heroes killing you aren't going to buy a BKB. And Matama Man, you see here, they knew he used his Manta to clear out the mid wave so he could commit onto the Medusa without him being able to get his ultimate off. Does get the Echo Slam onto the Blade Mail, basically killing himself. Misses the Timber Chain from Zai. Yeah, they have this Grimstroke, but then what?
Then what?
Nice spear.
That was the big one. Yeah, 9 posture. He missed one early in the game, but you'd rather hit him now than early.
No butt spear, though, so a little bit disappointed in him there.
A full Orchid on the Nature's Prophet now, and almost a full BKB, about 300 gold away for the Death Prot. So you're getting to a point where you have these items, and maybe you force a Roche, you force some towers. We'll see.
Yeah, this Prophet does a lot of damage. He hits for 200 damage with that ult pop, with Blade Mail Orchid, and the Grove Bow. Oh, that feels...
Yeah, that's a nice one. And okay. TPing top. Maybe they thought someone from Rain was there. They just want to fight possibly at this. Is he going to throw out the double stun? But I believe they still get it, right? Yeah. Oh, with a third one especially.
Double outpost for them.
Again. So Na'Vi.
Okay.
They've done a really good job. They got the first and the second ones there. And you see the odds, man. Secret heavily favored. But at this point, Na'Vi.
Wow. I might take those odds for Na'Vi. They don't scale very well into the late game comparatively. But they have managed to keep this game close. That's like the crazy thing. How often do you say that about two teams? Like, oh, they don't scale better, but they've managed to still keep it close and consider that like a positive. He did get the Philosopher's Stone. Oh my God, that's value.
Yep,
RNG and
DOTA dagger now because of it. If he wishes to purchase it up.
Yeah, that probably saved him a minute or two of waiting for that Blink Dagger. He also was aided by Puppey utilizing the Stroke of Fate on the creep wave, then fissuring it. So team is helping him out, prioritizing that Blink Dagger. Medusa has the Crystallis going into the BKB, has realized that it is not enough to have this Manta active, just more of a luxurious farm item. Now he does need the ability to fight into all this magic damage. Both teams smoked up. Only 3 heroes from Secret here, though. So it looks like they're kind of dangling this Medusa in the mid lane, say, hey, look at this juicy snake. But he's going to retreat towards his team.
And they're going to head down bottom. They do have a ward. If Zai goes back to his tower, they will see him. Zai's even doing a pretty secret way. They do see him, though. This ward, I haven't seen this one before the low grab, but he's gone. That is such good. I love the warding by Na'Vi, but then the map awareness by Zai just negates it, which is crazy.
It's so hard to have that level of map awareness in terms of that accuracy, and I like how it's so good by both teams. Secret knows the best option for them is to go hit Roche. Na'Vi has a tree, so they know they're doing it, or at least like possible. So both teams are really playing the map so well, really just aware of what the opponent is looking to do on both sides.
Yeah, Nisha is just hitting that top tower for now, but their base is getting hit down bottom. Does Crystallize commit that ulti? Not yet. He does have the BKB, though, so they are willing to fight here. But their creep wave just gets annihilated as Nisha clears out that tower.
Good trade from Secret there. Number 1 net worth is Medusa, but the next 3 are on the side of Na'Vi. Kind of expected when the team that has overall last pick get the game for Medusa, but the rest of the heroes are going to suffer because they've been countered. Monkey King probably deliberating between the BKB and completing his Deso. Does have a 1 Bethel Hammer plus the Blightstone. So I'm pretty sure he'll finish the Deso because he has the BKB coming out on Medusa, and that's going to enable him to not have to go in first. And he can be more of an initiator, counter initiator, the damage rather than having to make sure he's more survivable. He's just going to be chilling in trees most of the time in these fights anyway. And
smoked up. Zai as well as Puppey. Will they go for it? There's gonna be a silence because no, Puppey makes a mistake, but Chris still just getting run at. Ooh, takes out the ulti on Nisha. BKB is popped by the Death Prot. They are locked together so they can't move. No ulti even used by the Death Prot quite. Ilias is just dying after that. Posh gets a nice spear on the BKB delivered. But yeah, they might have to just run away. Crystallize, get frozen. The Ghost are doing a ton of them. Blade Mill pop, but they're just right clicking this DP down. They can't make it out. And this is looking like an easy cleanup by Pasha, trying to bulwark himself away. A nice spear, actually, but I don't think that's going to be enough. There's Yap, sort of bonk him. Gets the kill and a 3 for there.
What a timely BKB delivered by Matamba Man, and that's the nerf to Blade Mill coming to play a while back. The reason why the item fell off the face of the earth for up until recently, where they've been buffing a lot of the other parts of the item. He just BKBs on Matumba Man in order to hit the Death Prophet, who is blade mailed, and he has a Grove Bow of his own. So he has nice range and the 40 attack speed talent from level 15. So he's really dishing out as magical. He has a BKB, going to be forced to use it.
TP, taking a lot of damage even through that Crystallis, but still good for now. What do you want to... Okay, he is going to Divine. I was about to say Medusa, do you want the Daedalus of that? But we see the replay.
Too, right?
Yeah, and you see the mist right there, but then cancel ulti by Nisha.
That fire starts ulting, so they both can't move.
About such things.
And then you just... see it happen. There's an ulti from Pasha. He spears him in, but the problem is it's only the Medusa, and you're kind of trapped in there with her, not the other way around at that point. At this point in the game, she's just so farmed. You can't really just solo go on her. And now Radiant all up in Dire's jungle. Dire moving together right now. Obviously, magical bottom, but he has that global teleport, so he can show up when needed.
I'm gonna have to talk to Nine Pasha about utilizing Bulwark with that spear. He hasn't been activating the passive. Shoot the spears backwards. It's really important when you're running away, by the way. Saves you all that turn time. But meanwhile, Secret forcing the Roach with the Deso, Crystallis from Medusa, and they are going to bring it down pretty quick. Timber to tank it up, going for the Lotus Orb, full pipe, and suddenly they all have net worth. You know, we said it was Medusa, then the next three were on the side of Na'Vi, but now it's only two of them, and then the next two are the Timbersaw as well as the Monkey King. With this Aegis actually being put onto the Monkey King, oddly enough. I guess that makes sense because he doesn't have...
Oh, and Medusa just gets that Paladin sword now. That's a nice one. Nisha is even like, nah, you can have it. Good on both heroes, but Matumba Man, that's your game winner.
Deso on Mars, not a huge fan. You're dealing with, as we talked about, minus armor doesn't counter armor. Timbersaw has 40 armor when he has all of his reactive stacks, maybe even more. Medusa Mana Shield doesn't care about armor because it does the absorption prior to reductions prior to reductions that are provided by armor or magic resist. So minus armor, not very good against Medusa. It's really only good here against the Monkey King as well as the two supports. So if he's going to buy the Deso, definitely going to be keeping an eye out for him, trying to target the supports in the back. Craggy Coat for both sides, Quickening Charm on the Death Prophet. He actually drops that in favor of...
Is he flying out? He's flying it out. Craggy Coat.
Okay, so he wants the armor. Does against the Medusa with all this right click, it's kind of impossible to avoid the right click, right? If you're going to BKB and you're going to run in, you don't have options to like Yules, you don't have options to Ghost Scepter, you just need armor.
Oh, bottom, they do finally find Puppey, or do they? Magical TP in, this might have been a bait. Puppey, Guardian Grief himself, he's almost full, it's the perfect double sum. Do they have the damage to bring him down? It's going to be a BKB used by Magical. He wants to at least kill Puppey, and he does. Zai killing Posh on the backside, but he will just run away. Magical dives through his BKB, Yapsor bobs him on the head. Ilias TP's out, makes it. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but it's your middle for a support. The support did buy back, but I'm sure you're happy if you're Puppey at that point, even though he is worth quite a bit.
He's actually so farmed. He has full Greaves.
Yeah, he's just Puppey. He feels like he's playing in all the games he's been playing. I know the Secret's been doing this, like, I don't know. They just have 2 4s instead of a 5 and a 4, it feels like.
This game are actually pretty decently farmed. No position 17s for their team here. We have Glimmer Cape on the Snapfire. We have the Aetherlance Force Staff on the Rubik. So everyone's not living in poverty this game. We're all good here.
Bottom lane though, getting pushed in now.
Almost has that Rapier, 2,000 gold away.
Yep, level 20, so he has that Stone Gaze duration as well. Can it still proc twice? It
yes,
never got nerfed, right?
Yes, it can. Still proc twice.
So you gotta definitely be careful on that one. But the thing is, you probably can't even be aiming this Medusa, right? So this, how do you bring him down? They are piped up, going into the base. Can't even creep clear because of that pipe. They're gonna try and, well, that's a pretty good item. Repair kit helping out for now. We did see the smoke there by Dire. They're going to go all the way around with Pasha, Slayer, possibly Ilias. Now Ilias just throws the ward.
Nisha might get caught here. He went on to farm the jungle camp. It looks like they're ready to break the smoke. If they had been a bit lucky there on Na'Vi, I think they would have found Nisha leaping onto the camp with no BKB. But he does have an Aegis with Quickening Charm. He's feeling pretty good. He actually has the repair kit in his back.
And a double damage.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Who's getting it? Nisha looks like, not the
Medusa.
Medusa.
Not the Medusa.
So it looks like they want to, they're They just want to hit these heroes to kill the building.
I think they don't want to reveal that they have this.
Okay.
So if Medusa walks down the mid lane with a double damage on, then that's not as potent as surprising them with the Monkey King having one.
Because he smoked as well. They did smoke up with this double damage, so we might be for surprise. There's going to be the other repair kit. It's a spear back, but Nisha just... There's the absolute. He gets a double, but they are able to get some KPs up. Will Crystallize survive? He's got his ghost at Matoman. Just right-click him, and they are stuck together. Pasha goes down. Crystallize getting chased. And it's just a 1 for 0, but what a chain combo there. And they just go down to bottom. They're like, well, there's no repair kit here, so we'll just go hit this. Nisha will hit the tower, so that Deso even helps the tower, pushing so much more. And look at Zai just standing there. Slayer does end up getting the steal on that. Looks a little bit goofy, but they're not even attacking right now.
Okay, that was so sick. The Monkey King boundless strike into the Earthshaker fissure, into the Monkey King ult, into the Echo Slam. Had no chance there at all. That was
timed combo. They bring down a full set of Rex. They can go middle. I believe that was the last repair kit used on the Rex, so no more of those. Zai, he's like, sure, I'd love to tank those up. Has the +8 reactive armor stack, so even tankier.
The load sword lift.
Gets lower. Crystallize. Oh! A little bit of a miss there from Nietzsche. Yeah, but the spear back. They find Matoman. He is running out of mana, so he doesn't have the most effective HP. Can they burst him down? He mantas, but there's the spirit slam, and now he's just going to square up. It's the wave. That's the rapier. The rapier's on the ground. The Pasha goes down. Who actually picked it up? It's Nisha. Nisha does. There's a rapier on the freaking floor. Does Magical have it? He does. This guy does damage. Did they just toss it away? Oh my goodness. Puppy. He makes it out, but Magical, look at his net worth.
Are we going to game 3?
How you what? They dive and go for the racks, and I forgot Medusa didn't have the Aegis myself. Maybe he did, and you lose all your mana there and you just die. Wow. Well, we are going to see what Secret is truly made of now with this magical native spot. And we see, here's the fight. It's a perfect spear back from Pasha. And now that the mana shield's gone, that minus armor actually makes a difference. So much burst. Crystallize chase down, and Nisha's like, oh my god, he's gonna lose it. I have to get it. But now you're putting yourself in danger. He goes down. Zai is the only one chilling. They're just ignoring him at this point. Now Magical, he's just right-clicking them all.
Now he just hits for 700 or something.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
650.
As of right now, that is what he is at, and he has a full Assault Kyrus now. He's going for the Satan. If he gets this Satan, you got to be worried. The +40 attack speed talent as well. This nature is a bruiser now.
Yeah. That might be what they need to win this game.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, the 60 damage as well from the Wrath of Nature. 9 Pasha is amused for sure.
And I will Crystallize. Craggy Coat plus Shivas plus Blade Mill. You now have 41 armor plus that BKB. And, well, you don't have that right-click damage anymore from your Medusa.
Yeah, I wonder if he really had to go for the Rapier. Now that you see it play out, I don't think they've really had damage issues on the side of Secret. They didn't even give him the Aegis.
I feel like it was more, did you really need to go for that second set of racks with all your abilities on cooldown? You took bot and maybe back out. And a little bit confident and overconfident, but bottom. Ooh, Pasha could be in trouble. Nisha throws it out, will jump down. Yapsor hits the stun, hits him in the back. There's the Monkey King ulti, there's the Fisher, there's the full ulti, and yep, they get him. Pasha just trying to make space in that bottom lane. He does, but he will go down.
That's somewhat worth it, but Navi might be able to punish this for the 50 seconds that he's alive on Mars, but they don't have their ultimates back.
Dude, Puppy, it's crazy. He knows they're all there. Slayer will get the lift. They're nervous. They don't know where anyone's at. They are super nervous.
Yes, Soulbind. Oh, how did he just steal Soulbind? He didn't even use it. He originally had it, but he elects to take the Stroke of Fate over it.
It is a lot of damage and some decent wave clear. Crystallize, forcing him back, and that 500 HP tail on Death Prophet. This Death Prophet feels insanely difficult to bring down now.
Well, the positive is that Magical usually wants to be split pushing on Nature's Prophet, but you probably deterred him from going out on the map out of fear of feeding the Rapier. So maybe
you're not wrong.
That's the next meta play from Secret.
So what do you wait?
Definitely not where they were going.
Oh, are you actually just waiting? You wait for the next Aegis and the next Divine from Atoma and maybe
take Secret you wait, but this is the 50-second window I was mentioning that they don't have their ults. 10 seconds on Monkey King ult, 60 seconds on the Echo Slam. Navi says we must punish Their overuse of abilities.
Oh, and he blinks away. There's a sentry there even. That was quick, but old Pasha, he wanted it.
It's just so cool that all teams doing makes sense, right? You know that Na'Vi wants to punish, so they're going to look to punish. And then Secret's aware that they're going to look to punish, so YapzOr runs out on the map, Shadowbladed, trying to break a smoke for his team. And then it's just so well played from both sides. And this is why we're in such a close game, 34 minutes in. And this is why, I mean, they fed a rapier, so now the game's close.
And you're getting close to that Satanic on Nature's Prophet, which, I mean, you're almost there. Do you sell the Blade Mill or do you get rid of the treads? What are you replacing?
That's a tough call, honestly.
We'll see.
Looks like he's dropping the treads.
Nope. Just kidding.
Psych.
Item dropping the casters.
That's next level BM.
They do scan. Radiant scans Roche. Roche is up right now. Both teams probably a little bit nervous, and I believe they might have smoked under that ward. Yeah, it looks like they did, and they just go away. They might go into Roche, and YapzOr does have the Shadow Blade too, so not just smoked.
Blade Mill is, or not, excuse me, Blade Mill Halberd is up on the Timber Saw.
Which will be nice. Very good versus, as long as you get it off before he gets that BKB. A lot of damage negated. And there's a courier. The dire courier's in Roche, more than likely waiting to die if Radiant scouts it. Doing his duty. This game, without I just can't believe that fight middle. They won it convincingly too, and get the rapier after. And it just shifted this whole game around. Secret no longer feels confident to push to the dire side. Yeah, you see Experience still going way ahead for Secret, but at this point it feels like Magical as well as Crystallize might be able to just carry you through this.
Yeah, this game's definitely a game after feeding that rapier. And Medusa working on the next one is Matama Man. Only 1,000 gold off of us. Second rapier. I'm ready for like 4 rapiers on the ground. 60 minutes in, Grant.
Well, I am as well. Did you see, by the way, what Grimstroke went? Full Crimson Guard.
Yeah, that is... it doesn't block the damage from the ghosts, but overall, just tanks his team up. I might have argued for like a Solar Crest for his Medusa, but I think he's just trying to mitigate any damage on himself. Like, even the Treants can be super annoying. I'm not sure. It's a bit odd to me. I think there might have been better item choices, but then at the same time, would I ever question Puppy? Probably not.
And Zai is body blocking the Treant while he's invisible, so it doesn't get to Roche. Just, I don't know, cause. But middle, as we said, this is kind of helpful for Secret because they want that. They do not want to fight without that second rapier. That is a lot of their damage. And a smoke up possibly into Roche. Obviously, Magical can TP Crystallize. Knows no one's in there because his smoke didn't break, and they're going to go for look at how quickly he does it. I mean, look at how quick it's going down.
Give it up?
Looks like they
isn't prepared at all. This doesn't seem like Secret at all. Maybe they're willingly giving it up, but at the same time, like, are you really going to give this Nature's Prophet with a Divine Rapier?
A good play by Na'Vi here. They smoke up to get Magical TPs in, so there's no way of knowing. Obviously, no one's showing on the map, but the creeps just hit the base, so maybe not pushing that bottom lane in quick enough, and just like that, you got a Cheese and an Aegis now.
I have to imagine Secret does not believe they can fight outside of base 5-on-5 versus Na'Vi, so that seems like a pretty clear, like the fact that they're only the bottom half of the map and they know Roche is potentially up. You have to vacation from Secret. They don't seem like the team to just want to contest the Roche and forget about it. As Magical still holding on to that Grove Bow, that extra bit of attack range. They are looking for him though, with YapzOr maybe just trying to pop this Aegis. He might find him here.
Magical without the boots especially. He's like,
they're smoked mid on Na'Vi, but they're not here.
They're not. Will they go for Magical by himself? The problem is you don't know where the rest of them are.
No. Farming creeps.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? You don't know where the rest of Na'Vi is because they are smoked up.
Easily be right there, and if they are, you probably just lose the game almost instantaneously.
And that's even still super scared up top. He doesn't even want to cut the creep wave because they haven't seen Na'Vi. The smoke has broken with Pasha farming, but no wards to spot him out. Vision.
That's probably actually queuing up an Ags of his own. That has been nerfed. That was one of the nerfs on the Death Prophet.
Surprisingly, even though we hadn't even seen too many people going, but hey, could affect you here. And it seems like Na'Vi, they want to take a fight they're still a little bit nervous, and I don't blame them, right? You're against the Yabzor Earthshaker. One misstep, and you might just get locked down.
Yeah, not only that, but you also have the Grimstroke Soulbind, you have the Medusa Ultimate, you have the Monkey King Ultimate. There is a lot of punish for walking up to the high ground, and I, quite frankly, don't know how they end the game unless they have a massive lead or they get kills, and Secret doesn't seem to be giving them any kills, and they're still maintaining the farm. It's honestly pretty impressive by Secret, because I think the game is much simpler to play when you're the ones that are forced to be forcing objectives, but it's much more difficult to avoid fights at all times, but yet split the map up enough such that the opponent cannot actually group up the way they want to. And Secret just doing such a great job of that right now, but seems like Navi's in the driver's seat. They do have the Aegis for another 2.5 minutes or so.
Magical, he's just arming up. He did just buy something else. I'm not sure what. So he has no gold. I assume a Bloodthorn maybe?
With me.
Yeah, he has to have something.
It says looking.
I don't see anything. What did he buy?
I have no clue. He did, though.
Moonshard? No. I don't know. Bottom lane? Looks like they're ready to go.
Okay, let's see what they can do here. They're just going to start right-clicking this, and Magical, he is like, nah, I'll one-shot it, sure.
That goes like going to pay off a lot here. That extra bit of range for sieging.
Oh, he did have Bloodthorn, so it was down bottom. Maybe he gave it to someone, and now this
that makes sense, yeah.
Magical hits hard. Almost level 25 as well. Removed teleportation cooldown pretty good.
That attack speed change to the Bloodthorn definitely synergizes better with Rapier than the bonus damage, so 85 attack speed on that Bloodthorn, so much.
And let's see how they siege this, because obviously they had the damage to break it up. They are in the driver's seat, but as we said, you got to watch out for their counter initiate, and they will back out for now. Don't want to fully commit.
Is Nisha going to buy the components? He buys the plate mail of his AC, really understanding prioritizing the importance of the armor against the Death Prophet ult, even Mars with the Deso, this Nature's Prophet Rapier. A lot of interesting items coming out. The Witless Shaco, the Illusionist Cape, as well as a Timeless Relic for Rubik can be pretty sick.
That seems real. Oh, look, if you see Rubik went over to him, he's like, give it to me, and he just sent it back to base. He's like, all right.
That's the alpha move right there coming out from 9 Pasha. Gotta respect it. Really putting your teammates in place in a crucial match is super important to make sure they know where they're at.
You can do that now? Magical just ate 2 tomes in a row. Huh, guess so?
Yeah, the only reason there used to be a cooldown is because you could get 2 at the same level and that wasn't allowed, but I think they just didn't ever take the 40 or the 30-minute one, is what I have to guess. And he's almost level 25. What's the Prophet cool? It's the removed teleportation cooldown. And he also has the Witless Shaco, so he's sitting on 3,700 health. He doesn't give a crap about that mana pool loss.
Yeah, he's just right-clicking, and we actually
so tanky, holy crap.
Yeah, Secret actually paused it up and was ready to go immediately, but Navi's like, 1 second. They're like, you guys paused it? We'll take a little bit here, and I mean, where do you go? If you're Secret, you have the Medusa with the Rapier gun, he's close. You probably farm the Daedalus, but if you're Navi, when are you forced to maybe push the base, or are you? Are you okay just sitting back?
It's just tough, right? Like, I think it's more of like a circumstance thing rather than a timing. And Secret is on the map, out of position to defend their base. Maybe you pick somebody off and you go high ground. I don't think you can ever barrel down high ground as Navi's lineup. They don't have some like BKB Sieger through all the crap that Secret has. And if you pop BKB to hit the base, then they're gonna just close the gap and chase you down, and if you don't pop BKB, most of their heroes, if all of them, are still burstable, despite having 3,700 health, 3,800 health on the Prophet, as well as 44 armor.
Jeez.
That is that 10 armor talent really coming into play. Did hit level 25. No longer has that cooldown on his teleportation.
Pretty good.
And the Timeless Relic, so good on Rubik. 25% debuff duration and 15% spell amp. So now his passive is just 50% better, and both ways it's about 50% better, 60% actually. That's crazy.
We have an Illusion Cape as well in the Medusa. Pretty nice item. Agility, strength, and the image.
It's more so about lane pushing, I think, and the information it's providing than the actual stats or anything like that. It is still holding onto the Paladin Sword, Magic Lamp, Probably not going to be useful this game. He actually has a timeless relic of his own on the shaker. Heard this hero like stuns. Let's give you 25% longer of them.
No. One way to counter status resistance. It's not like well, I guess yeah, Magical has that Satanic.
I would assume the way that interacts is that the stun duration is amped by 25%. So say it's 2 seconds, it goes to 2.5, and then that's reduced by status resistance. That's how I assume it would work, but I actually have no idea how that works.
Yep. And well, bottom lane was pushing in because of that Illusionist cape, but Nature's Prophet with the level 25 is able to just teleport farm, teleport everywhere. It's hard to push the lanes in versus this guy.
Yeah, Crystallize does have the X, and he's level 23. Let's see, King level 22, Timber level 24, Medusa level 24. So some big 25s coming out. Timber with either the primary attribute reduction from Swirling Death or the Timber Chain range. That range is always pretty insane, pretty much doubles it.
And you're not versus like any strength heroes, so you don't really need the attribute reduction, it feels like.
And Medusa also is going for a Satanic, and once he gets the level 25 split shot, uses Modifier's talent.
You never die.
As long as you're hitting people,
as long as you're hitting people, yeah.
Which they don't have the best disable on Na'Vi, like once they use that initial volley, so they'd have to burst him, which quite frankly is possible. He doesn't really have any health items on Medusa. He's got 2 items completely dedicated to damage, and the other 2 items don't really give you the mana for anything like that.
I love there's just the shovel. The Sapphire is still using a shell off cooldown, but I see random health pots all over the ground and stuff. They just been like, he like digs on, he's like, it's not a bounty run or a teleport. I'm just chilling here. Yeah, just two healing salves scoured among the map.
You, I know, appreciate that efficiency, Grant.
I do. I'm glad he's still using the shell. I mean, you get a bounty rune at this point. That is a big chunk of gold. And teleports.
Let's do the math, Grant, while we're just sitting here doing nothing. So shovel, right? It has a 55-second cooldown. Since it's backpacked, it's going to be double. So 110. Let's be safe to say it's 2 minutes, right?
Yep.
So you get a bounty rune 16% of the time. That's about 1 out of 6. So you're getting a bounty rune every 12 minutes, Grant.
Okay. That's not bad. It's better than nothing.
Yeah,
better than nothing.
Okay, you know what?
Value is value no matter what, BSJ.
That makes it sound worse, but it's probably around like 10 minutes because I rounded up, but that is... okay, so at this stage in the game, bounty runes.
It's gone finally. He's just been spider-legging, destroying trees.
All of those mathematicians in chat who are just weird, or just Craigasming over all that efficiency that he was getting. It's done. I'm sorry, guys, for the few of you out there, but
Mars has the Havoc Hammer, actually using it as well. One of the few heroes he already had a built-in Havoc Hammer. He's like, sure, I'll take 2.
It gives you extra 360 health, 48 damage on top of the active, so queuing up the potential Ags after the BKB for 9 Pasha. They did rework it. No longer is only during your ultimate that it lowers the cooldown, but instead of the cooldown being 1.4 during your ultimate, it is 3.5 second cooldown in general.
So. Top lane, they're going to find YapzOr. This is the first kill in a while. Wow. This is a quick one. Pasha actually does so much damage, even with that little of items. They just blow up YapzOr, so that's 60 seconds. Maybe Na'Vi. You want to try it on Radiant side of the map, right?
Yeah, that was the first event on the like chart that tells you, what's happened in the game in terms of kills since like the 41-minute mark, and the last one was YapzOr destroying a sentry ward. Previous kill was, when was the last kill? There hasn't been a kill for like 12 minutes.
Yeah, they're chilling. Both of them have rapiers. Neither one wants to give it up. Oh, Nisha. BKB versus BKB. He does so much more damage. You're just dead. Yeah, you're straight up just dead. Magical. Just right-clicks you. You're forced to pop the BKB to get a Bloodthorn, and yeah. Exorcism grants haste as well, so this Death Prophet, the one thing you always hear, where's my mobility? Well, now you got some nice mobility.
Pretty surprising that he doesn't just have a Quelling Blade while he's farming instead of the stick, because now the Sprout is effectively a 6-second disable on Monkey King on a 8-second cooldown.
And they are on the other side of the map now. There's still a tier 2 tower up middle. Looks like Crystallize will be bringing it down. Has an Aeon Disc locked. And Zai, and he could be in trouble, like you said. Magical doesn't have any
that chain range.
And the chase. Wait, they're chasing Pasha. Might get the find.
It's so far the chase.
Looking. Oh, but the teleport removes cooldown. Do it again. No, he won't. He won't chase.
How funny would that be if they just keep leapfrogging down the They are smoked on secret though.
They're gonna find.
Not gonna expect this.
Oh, there's the ultimate thrown out by Matoma. Is he gonna be enough damage? He does get the A on disc, unlocks it. Now he throws out the double spirit time, throws out a double silence as well, but frozen and running. You have to get out of here. Magical's here. It's gonna be trapped, but Earthshaker does have the quelling blade. Gets out of there. And okay,
Nisha take notes. Wow. Yeah, Crystallize didn't use anything there. Like, yeah, he uses BKB, but like,
you're not too worried anymore. It's pretty much, if you get gone on, you're popping it now. Now that you have the haste, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you have the on disc. It makes your job a lot easier in terms of BKB usage. You just spam it when you're getting gone on, and eventually the on disc procs, and you pop that BKB. Slayer does have that Axe Scepter that we can see. A nice little effect underneath his body. And a Solar Crest being worked on by Ilias. Nature's Prophet, that is. Right click even harder and faster. Or I guess just faster, but effectively harder.
Yeah.
And
has a full sheep stick on that Nature's Prophet now.
That's really important. He's been catching people with sprouts, but players like Yapstar will not be able to get away anymore with that Quelling Blade only. And using that Medusa ultimate, or that illusion, to scout out a bit, maybe push out some lanes, but they are smoked, maybe looking to catch Na'Vi before that Eon disc comes off cooldown.
Oh, Pasha or Yapzor, who's in trouble here? It's going to be a stun out. Does Nisha jump down? He actually blocked off the bottom side, but Ilias will spider leg uphill. Pasha taking a 10 damage, but gets the BKB out. He's going to throw out the ulti, and they will be able to find Nisha. But it looks like they just want to back out. Damage being done from that ulti, but it gets canceled now. They get linked together. They're just backing out. Do you chase if your secret doesn't look like they want to? A lot of heroes low on Navi's side, but they'll be fine disengaging.
Whole lot of nothing happened there.
Yeah. We'll see. The Roshan is down and is an Ag Scepter Roshan.
Ooh. Who would take that? Who's the dream? Monkey King would be pretty good.
Yeah, Monkey King. What about who do you want to give it to? You already have one on DP. You have one on Rubik. Is it the Mars? Is it the Snapfire? Do you want the Snapfire one in this game, or is it not very good?
It's point blank, and you don't really have a hero that needs to go in that way.
Oh, but we might have the fight. They are smoked up. Magical on the backside. He might be found by himself. Oh my goodness, so they'd be able to bring him down. He does have that tension. BKB's up. Will he just satanic turn around? No. They're trying to get out of their Pasha gets done up with the clip. Oh, Medusa on the backside as you say getting on it. He lost all his mana. He's satanics up though, and there's the A on his proc. Both fights going on at once. They're turning it. Who's winning? It looks like it might be Crystallized, taking so chance, but he eats the cheese. He makes it out. They link up together. There's going to be a silence. It's only used onto the Timber Saw. Bounty Rune, Crystallized, like, I'll be taking that. 950 experience from those outposts. There's going to be experience. Yeah, Nisha. He gets lifted up. Will he get thrown back? Oh, the Timeless Relic. He throws it back. Pasha, the first one to go down. They should bring down Nisha. There's the jump from Yapsor. Hits for the two. But Death probably gets fully healed from the ultimate coming back, and now Magical. He is by himself. Is he going to get run down here? He is. Timber Chain. Magical is about to lose his Divine Rapier. There's the silence, and there's his life. Crystalline goes down. Magical goes down. Is that a double rapier? No, Nisha.
Give it to Nisha.
Wait, who did they get? Is it just there?
Yeah, it's there. It's on the ground. Give it to Nisha. Totally. That goes on all your monkeys.
There it is.
Oh my god, he hits for 700 with Jingo active.
What a fight. And that was, it felt well played by both sides. Na'Vi found the Medusa and kind of almost brought her down, but as you said, satanic split shot modifier. And on the other side, Crystallized.
Too.
And this is going to be
so
scary.
Hard to fight into, man. Sorry, what were you saying?
Nothing, you're good.
Oh my god. This game's making me stressed out. I can't even imagine being a part of it.
Well, it looks like we're all secret side right now. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but Tupperman wasn't even able to get his ultimate off there because he utilized all of his mana pool in order to tank. And now all of a sudden, if they're able to walk up this high ground, you have monkeys that are going to be sitting there doing 800 damage.
This is rough.
Whatever.
Magical doesn't even have that rapier. Has to buy a Chrysalis, but 34 damage compared to 330 is a big difference. There's going to be the ulti thrown. One tier 4 tower about to go down. Zide chasing Slayer. There's going to be the ulti by Pasha. Yeah, Nisha does have that Aegis. They want to bring him down. Even just looks the Lotus Sword there. Pasha pushes it back with the Havoc Hammer. There's going to be the first life, but Pasha gets frozen in place. He's dead, and they are the tier 4 is just dying. Nisha won't be able to get his boundless strike off. He's throwing out his ulti, but he gets silenced. Now he's BKBs. He's going to throw up the ulti finally. It's going to be in a giant AoE. It's looking like it'll be the end. Yapsol takes it out, and look at how big it is. It is just going to be the end of Crystallize trying to defend such a well-played game, both teams, but there can only be, and it is going to be Secret. What a hell of a game, though, BSJ.
Yeah, I love Dota in its purest form, and props to both teams here. Obviously, Secret takes the game, or the series,